Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is another self-care summer video, and I officially have a ukulele that I don't know how to play. I opened it this morning and I don't even think it's tuned. I have no idea how to play it. I want to learn though, so if any of you guys know how to play the ukulele or have any tips for me, I would love to hear them in the comments. And also, if you guys play the ukulele, send me videos of you guys playing them, because just hearing a ukulele makes me so happy, and that is why I recently purchased one. I think this one's really cool. It's got rainbow strings to kind of help you figure out which strings and how to play and all of that stuff. It came with like a lesson guide, so I'm gonna be diving into learning this thing. I think playing an instrument is really cool because it's just another act of self-care. Learning how to kind of unplug and just pay attention to learning an instrument is very neat. So I'm excited that I'm tackling this because this is something I've dreamed about for a long time. This isn't the best of the ukuleles. There's definitely better ones, but I figured when I get better, I will allow myself to have a good ukulele. Right, now that I am done with my little ukulele rant, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you are new here. I am Carrie Rad. I make videos around travel, beauty, style, self-care, adventure, empowerment, all things like that. Please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you are not already, and give this video a thumbs up before we even begin for self-care summer. I am so excited about self-care summer, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it as well. It seems like you guys are super stoked and really enjoying it, so that makes me very, very happy. Today's video is going to be revolving around 5 habits or 5 simple practices that you can utilize in your life to live your best life and literally change your life. These are some practices that I have been doing myself that have really been life-changing for me. So without any further ado, let's get into these tips. Also, I just remembered, now that this video has a beautiful thumbs up on it, I have something else to mention. I opened my captions up to the community so that you guys can type in your own captions in your language. I got a letter from a viewer. I also got some messages from other viewers saying, hey, if there's any way that you can add captions in different languages, in English and Spanish and Italian, in all of the languages of the world, I would really appreciate it. Sorry that I'm hitting you, tree. I hope you're okay. I'm gonna probably be hitting this plant and this tree every once in a while, but I think that's okay. Sorry, tree. So any of you guys that are interested in helping me out with captioning, especially the self-care summer series in different languages, I would highly appreciate it. Now let's get into the 5 simple practices that will change your life. Number 1 is a mindset primarily, but there are also things that you can do to practice gratitude daily. And gratitude is something that I know we hear about all of the time. You hear people say, what are you thankful for? Practice gratitude all of the time. There is a reason why people mention it so much. The number 1 thing in my life that keeps me happy and positive, which is something that I get asked a lot. I can't even tell you guys how often I get messages and comments that say, Carrie, how do you live a positive life? How do you stay positive? How do you try to stay positive? Because obviously I'm not always positive, but I do tend to sit in a more positive place most of the time throughout my life, and the only way that I do that is through gratitude. To know that I am so lucky to have the things that I have in my life. I'm lucky to have an apartment. I'm lucky to have a heart that beats. I'm lucky to be a human here, being able to sit in front of you and talk to my viewers. I'm lucky to have family. I'm lucky to have friends. There's so many things in our lives on different levels that we can just sit back and realize and reflect on and go, oh my gosh, I'm so lucky that I get to do this. I'm so lucky that I woke up and that I'm breathing and that I'm a healthy human. And we just have to remind ourselves that there are so many simple things in life to practice gratitude for daily. And there's tons of things that you can do to remind yourself what you are lucky for and what you should be thankful for. And simple things like journaling and writing down, like I have a tendency to love writing down like pros and cons of certain circumstances, and pros always make me realize how lucky I am to be in this circumstance, because so many times there are things that we go through that we're like, gosh, this sucks. Like, I hate that this is happening. But there's always a part of that you're like, oh, wait a second. You can always find the good of every circumstance, even when it's the worst circumstance. You can always just kind of be like, yeah, this is not that cool that this is happening, but how lucky am I to even be in this situation to where this would happen kind of thing. So it's all about the mindset. So my number one habit, my number one practice over everything is to practice gratitude daily. My second practice for you guys is to claim your day off. Make sure that nobody can do anything to take away your day off. For me, it is Sunday. For some people, it might be a random day during the week, like Tuesday. If you work in retail, you can probably even choose your day off depending on how nice your boss is. You could be like, I always want to have Tuesdays off. And if you have to say, this is why, because I need to utilize this day as like my day to have off, and I think that is totally 100% okay to have a day where you're just like, I don't work this day. It's my day. For me, that day off is Sunday. I make sure that I have Sundays off always. I have not always been good about that, but I'd say over the last month, I have been doing everything I can to work harder during the week so that I can definitely unplug, be away from my phone, be away from my computer, go outside, go to the pool, go to the beach, go on a hike, spend time with Alex without having to work or talk about work. And for me, that's Sunday, but for you guys, that might be a day during the week. When I worked in retail, I had a day off during the week that I could choose. It would change all of the time, or you can even go to your boss, depending on how nice they are, and just be like, I always want to have Tuesdays off if that's okay, and see how that works. But claim that day off. Make sure that you do everything you can to really disconnect that day and take care of yourself, because you will always work so much better. You will be a better person if you allow yourself to have this time. And if you have to spread it out between the week, I guess that's okay if that's all you can do, but I would do everything you can to really claim one full day of unplug a week, because for me, it has truly been life-changing, because it just fully refreshes you and makes it so that you can really tackle the week so much more, and it's something that you can look forward to every single week. And it helps you work harder during the week when you know you get to indulge in yourself and self-care and enjoying life one day a week. My next tip is to not be a slave to your phone. And it has taken me a long time to get here. For a long time, I would get a text message or an email and I felt like I needed to respond as soon as possible, because I didn't want to make this person wait, whether it be for work, whether it be family, whether it be for a friend. Don't you just always feel kind of that anxiety of like, oh, I need to respond, I need to text that person back? And that's okay, because that's just being a nice person, especially when it's friends or family. But just know that it can wait. Remember that cell phones were not always a thing. People couldn't contact you whenever they wanted at any time for whatever reason, and that you never felt like you had to respond right away. Cell phones are a new thing. I lived in a time where there were no cell phones, and I know many of you have lived in a time where there were no cell phones. So what did people do back then? They just lived life and never felt like they were a slave to this little device. So just keep that in mind when you're going throughout your day, especially on your days off. But during the week, when it comes to work, I do my best to respond when I can, do my best to respond to work things right away throughout the week during my work hours, of course, because that's just professional and things need to get done. But I also know that if it's 7 p.m., 7:30, 8 p.m., I'm gonna shut off. And if somebody texts me at 9:30 at night about something, I'm going to wait till tomorrow, even when it's friends and family. If it's something that can wait till the next day, I'm just not even gonna worry about it. I'm gonna put it aside, and I will think about the way that I'm going to respond the next day when I feel like getting back to my phone. So not being a slave to your phone is such a crucial thing. And this idea goes hand in hand with not being on your phone too much with social media, because obviously that is something that is so difficult for our generation, and all generations really right now, because so many people are slaves to our cell phones when it just has to do with scrolling for no reason all of the time. For me, I am definitely guilty of being on my phone and checking Instagram more than I should. When I'm busy, I tend to forget, and I really like that. I like being busy, because by 7 p.m. I'll be like, oh my God, I haven't been on my phone in 5 hours. This is amazing. It's such a good feeling to just be away from your phone. My next tip is meditation, and this has been huge for me, extremely life-changing for me. Even if you take 5 minutes to just sit down, I like to do it in crisscross applesauce and put my hands on my knees, whether I'm at the beach or I'm in my bedroom. I really like doing it outdoors because it feels good to just be outside and even feel the sunshine and the wind and hear the sounds of outdoors. But even if you do it for 5 minutes, 5 minutes is a long time in meditation. It feels like a long time. If you set an alarm for 5 minutes, and make sure that you set an alarm that it has a really nice sound to it. The worst is like trying to get out of meditation with like, it's not fun. So put on something really nice. 5 minutes of meditation will literally change your day around because you just have such a clear understanding of where your mind is at. It's weird because not all of the time when I'm meditating, I can completely clear my thoughts. That is the truth. The goal is to completely clear your thoughts, and sometimes I am capable of achieving this for even just a split moment, and it's the best feeling in the entire world. There are times where I practice meditation where I am thinking throughout it and I didn't achieve that like blissful moment that I wanted, but even just taking that moment of clarity and that moment of barely thinking and that moment of just closing my eyes and seeing things that I want to see, like positive things. I like to think about positive things, and a lot of people can close their eyes and they see black and they see nothing, and I know that that is the case, but if you close your eyes and you imagine things that make you happy, then you'll see things that make you feel really good, and it's just a good moment that you're having this moment for yourself. So I definitely think trying to practice meditation and making it a habit and making it part of your ritual every single day is super amazing, especially during really busy times. I have been so crazy busy this week, and meditation, just for a moment, whether it's 5 minutes or so, I just go into myself and I'm like, I'm okay. I can get through today. This is gonna be good. Here we go. And it really does help you throughout the day. It helps you focus. It's crazy. It's super life-changing, and it's something I highly recommend. And I will be making videos on how to meditate and exactly how it's done. And I will talk about meditation throughout the series several times because it is really something that I truly believe in. Lastly, do something every single day that makes you a better person. This is something that I mentioned on Instagram, and I believe I mentioned it in another video as well, and you'll hear me talk about it several times because when I believe in something and I practice something and it becomes a habit of mine, I like to talk about it because it is something that I believe in and that I've found to actually work. So doing something every single day that makes you a better person is interesting because there's something that we do every single day usually that makes us a better person. If we have a daily workout, or if we, have something that we do all the time, like whether we're cleaning or whatever it might be. We do these things a lot of the time just in autopilot because it's what we've been taught to do. It's what we know how to do. We do these things because we know that it's good for us. But we don't normally do things all of the time with the intention of, I am doing this because I want to be a better person. And putting that positive mindset and that positive energy into the task that you are doing changes the entire energy of that task or that activity. I like to start the day thinking about what task I'm going to do that day that's going to make me a better person. So if I know I need to organize my drawers, I will think, okay, I'm going to finish that task today because I know by the end of that, I'm going to feel so good. And me thinking about that task as something that is going to change my life is going to make that task way better. When you are cleaning your house and you're walking around and you're like throwing your towel where it needs to be, or you're putting your yoga mat where it needs to be, you're making your bed and you're doing these things just because they're what we're supposed to do, and you're just kind of doing them annoyed, like you don't really want to be doing them because we do it all of the time, that's going to happen. But if we do something specifically because we are like, okay, I'm doing this task right now because I'm going to make my life better. I'm going to become a better person when I finish this. I'm going to be a better person. I'll be on another level after I finish this. Then that energy plays with that activity and it just turns into something that manifests into something more than just this random task that you have to do. If that makes any sense. That might sound totally crazy, and if it does, that's, I guess, let it be. We'll just let it be. It's craziness. But to me, it makes total sense in my mind. It's the energy that you put into the task that makes it life-changing. So, yeah, those are my 5 habits to change your life. My homework for you guys for this video is going to be super simple. It's to take a moment right now in the comments below and let me know 4 things that you are grateful for. The 4 things, they don't have to be the top 4 things. They don't have to be long answers. If you want to give me long answers, I will read them and I will love them. But if you just want to say 4 simple things that you are grateful for in your life, I would love to check that out and see what you guys are all grateful for. That is it for this self-care summer video. I am loving seeing you guys post on Twitter and Instagram the things that you guys are doing for self-care summer. Make sure that you guys use the hashtag so I can go in and see all the good stuff that you guys are doing, and I hope that you guys are well. I hope that you guys are loving this series, and I'm having such a good time communicating back and forth with you guys and reading all of your comments in this series. So I will see you guys very soon in like a day. I love you guys to the moon and back, and yeah, see you soon.